That's enough awkward silence for now. Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephen Brown. I'm the high school band director. We're so glad you're here with us today. This concert, while yes, it is a formal concert, it will be almost treated a little bit informally in a lot of aspects. I will try my best to keep my talking to a minimum because you're not here to see me, and you're here 100% to see your kids. Tonight, we also, rather than just having the band play, we also are going to feature all of the ensembles that made a first division at solo and ensemble, and I'll kind of announce them as they come out. But as they walk out, feel free to clap because one, it's awkward because I don't talk very much in between, and two, having them stand right down here in front of all of you, they're going to be uber nervous, and so it's part of the fun as well. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. A couple of things before we get started. Please make sure you silence all of your cell phones because yes, we are recording tonight. Please no yelling or screaming during the concert. I love your children. Your children are absolutely amazing, but please don't yell as you might bleed into our recording. All right. Thank you so much. We're going to get started. Thank you so much. I will say this. I was reading some stuff this morning and about what's going on at other school districts around the state and around the country. And it came to me that I realized how blessed we are, not only of what school district we're in, but also with the type of kids that I am fortunate enough to get to work with. This year, we had quite a few kids decide to participate in solo and ensemble. And we have 24 kids that are advancing to state solo and ensemble in May, which that's the most kids that I've ever taken. I mean, truthfully, that's almost right at almost 60% of the band is going to state solo and ensemble. Y'all can come on out. I'm trying to buy time so it's not awkward. This first group is a trombone quartet. And let me preface all of these ensembles by saying this, and I'm going to scoot off to the side. But they rehearse themselves. I always tell the kids, I will gladly offer any help, but you have to ask. I believe that's a life lesson, is swallowing pride and asking for help. But all of the ensembles you're going to hear, that it was student-led, and they did a fantastic job. This is our trombone quartet. They advanced to state solo and ensemble, and by playing a first division, and we hope you enjoy their piece, which is titled, "Achieved is the Glorious Work." Thank you so much. Again, it's a really nice thing to have students who, one, come to me. They're the ones that decide they want to do ensembles, and they pick their own music. Unless they ask for help, they all pick their own music, and they agree unanimously as the group. The next group is a clarinet quartet. and they're going to play a piece for you called Song and Dance. Great job. All right. One thing that I absolutely love about solo and ensemble contests, especially these ensembles, is that students also have the opportunity to learn that their part is only covered by themselves. So many times in concert band music, their parts are doubled on other instruments. But with ensembles, it's not the case. I always tell them, like, if you don't play your part, it doesn't get heard. And so I love it that all of these students are deciding to do ensembles. The final clarinet quartet for this first half, they also made a first division as well. They're going to play a piece for you called Dance Creole. So, uh, I love talking to kids about the concert because they have a hand in picking most of this music. I don't just pick it for them. We kind of have a leadership. My leadership has a massive say. And just like I tell all the band kids, if you would like to play something, talk to your section leader. And I was like, that's kind of the way it all works. Last year we played some Star Wars and we had a lot of fun with that. However, we were missing a very important song from Star Wars. And so the kids were like, we got to fix that. Like, that's something we have to fix. And I was like, I couldn't agree more. And we hope you enjoy our next piece, a little bit of Cantina Band. Thank you so much. Okay, now we continue with some ensembles because I believe that's the reason we're here is to watch these kids play. I love telling the kids, you know, band is a performing class. You have to perform. I mean, that's just the way it works. Like, it's not a book class. And so it's so much fun to watch these kids whenever I'm like, can you play in front of the band during class? And they're like, they just stare at me. And I'm like, what class are you in again? They're like, the band. I'm like, what do we do in band? Play our instruments. Do we do it like just at home? We do it in front of people. Exactly. Welcome to band. Our next group is a saxophone quartet. They're going to play a piece of music that is absolutely fantastic. It's a little jazzy piece. We hope you enjoy Saxifrass. Great job, great job. Okay, well, that was the last of the woodwind ensemble. So now we're going to move on to something a little bit different, in a good way. Not that the other way was bad. Both ways are fantastic. The next group coming out is a brass quartet featuring, of course, many of you know most of them. But anyways, they made a first division on this piece and they're advancing to state solo and ensemble. We hope you enjoy Brass Quartet number 1, movement 3. Well, that was the last of the quartets. Our final ensemble for the evening is one that I truly have never had in a school before until this year. We have an absolutely fantastic clarinet section. And they came to me towards the beginning of the year. No, I'm sorry, it was last year. It was last year. And they were like, we want to do a clarinet choir. Now, I was like, it's fantastic. What do you want to play? And so thus began the process of picking music and organizing everything and trying to make it all work as quickly as possible. And it has absolutely worked out fantastic. I listened to them. They asked for help, I think, 3 times in all of these rehearsals. And it has been absolutely a joy to work with them. It's okay, we're not waiting on you. I can only talk so much, bro. It's okay, we forgive you. All right, we hope you enjoy the clarinet choir. They're going to perform Hungarian Dance number 5. Great job, y'all. Great job. So, in case you didn't know, that clarinet choir consists of 5 different clarinets. An E-flat clarinet, which is the smallest one. B-flat is what you normally see in the band. An alto clarinet, which is a little bit bigger, a little bit lower sounding than a regular B-flat. The bass clarinet, which is also normally in the band, and then the contra, which was the big one on the end. And so it's such a joy to have kids who are willing to learn new instruments. That's part of the fun of it. As they get around, some very special thing for tonight. Not only do we have kids advance for ensembles to state solo and ensemble, but we also had soloists as well. Students, if you played a solo and you received a first division at solo and ensemble, will you please stand up? If you played a solo. If you advanced to the state solo and ensemble contest, which means they have to memorize their solo, will you remain standing, please? Thank you. So, state solo and ensemble contest, it's a multi-day contest. We will leave after graduation to go to Pflugerville and hang out there and perform. They perform all of their solos and ensembles for college professors, and there's roughly, the school we're going to, I think, hosts roughly 3,000 students over the course of the day. And so, bless the judge's heart, it's a long day for them. But the kids have a lot of fun, and it is a great opportunity for them. Our last piece is actually, even though it's listed as 2 separately on the program, it's actually 1. One of the joys that we are able to have our concert here is to make use of an instrument that we've never been able to use before. So we hope you enjoy our last piece, Davy Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Thank